Ritual is a 2018 horror film that was released to Netflix from the director David Bruckner, who previously made a short film in the VHS film Amateur Night, which was the best short in that entire film, if you ask me, and many others. And this movie is about a group of college friends who go out into the forest for a little trail for reasons I won't say, and then along their journey they start to get some spooky stuff coming their way. So it's a little derivative of other horror films set in the woods that we've seen before, more particularly the Blair Witch Project, I guess, is the most similar. However, me being not a big fan of the Blair Witch Project, I actually ended up enjoying this movie a little bit more. Yes, it's a little derivative, they have a couple false jumps here and there that fit in line with a bunch of other horror movies, but I actually did end up enjoying this film, mainly because of the lead four actors' main chemistry with each other. They really did sell you on the fact that they were friends with each other. I think they could have used a little bit more time in the beginning to build up their relationship, maybe just a bit more, but that being said, they introduced a main character arc that actually is pretty effective as the film goes on, and they set up the characters well enough so that you can follow them as the film progresses and they get more horrible stuff coming their way. And when the characters argue in this film, it all feels like it's built to this, as opposed to it just coming across as cringy and annoying like in other films like The Blair Witch Project. The arguments actually hold a little bit more weight in a film like this, I think, and I think the characters are a little bit more well-realized and more rich. And with the way this film is made, it's hard not to feel like you are also lost with the characters that you are following. David Bruckner does a very good job helming this project. We get a lot of forest imagery, and because of the way this film is shot and edited, you feel like there could be something sneaking behind the trees at any second now. So your eyes are kind of looking at the characters, but you're also trying to look into the background to see if you can spot anything else coming their way. And I think that's a pretty effective way of making a psychological horror thriller like this, especially when things start to heat up later on in the film and the plot takes a little turn that I honestly didn't really see coming, I didn't even know about. And I thought it was a very unique way to keep telling this story, and when they show the creature later on in the film, it also looks very good. It's made by the production company that Andy Serkis is a part of, Imaginarium, so what else did I expect from that? It looked very good in this film, and for a low-budget horror thriller, it's actually visually very impressive to me. The ending does feel a little abrupt. I think they could have went on a couple more minutes, but that being said, you kind of do get the gist of everything by the film's conclusion. So even though it is a little bit more of a simple kind of horror thriller, the characters are good enough and the acting's good enough, the filmmaking is good enough to get you on the edge of your seat wondering what's going to happen next, and that's really saying something because nothing really terrible happens for the longest time in this film. There's some spooky things going on near the first two acts, but it's a lot of build-up and a lot of getting lost and being fearful for their survival. So in that respect, the fact that you do have to wait a little bit until the third act really kicks in, it really did have me hooked for the longest time. So they did a good job having me invested. I'm going to give The Ritual a B. It's got good acting, some good scares here and there. The creature design looks very good also, and the cinematography and direction overall was very good. I hope to see David Bruckner go on to make another horror picture, maybe just as good as the Amateur Night sketch from VHS, and hopefully it can also be a little bit better than this, because this film is a little bit more simple, a little more derivative of other horror works that we've seen before. It has its issues, but overall, if you haven't seen this film yet, I would actually recommend it. It is on Netflix for free, so go ahead and check it out. It's a solid enough thriller to enjoy on a Friday night or something. But if you've seen The Ritual already, leave in the comments below what you thought of it, and as always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher. See you guys next time.